Erika Kirk, put your Bible away. Put your Bible away. Y'all gotta throw hands. Y'all gotta throw hands. She mentioned Real Housewives. I need you to start. You got Zeus Network. You got Zeus. Start watching Baddies. I need you to start watching Baddies and old reruns of Bad Girls Club. Maybe a little Love and Hip Hop. Y'all, you know what I mean? But this ain't gonna be godly. This ain't gonna be godly. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and I'm troubled. Ever since I announced the 2025 Let 'Em Fight Banquet, I've just been inundated with interest. I was unprepared for the deluge. We got to accommodate all of Black MAGA, get a bunch of unseasoned chicken down there for them. Now we got to deal with Marjorie Taylor Greene. We got to get some workout equipment down there in the lobby. Nancy Mace, we got to get a fresh pair of pajamas to give her a to-go bag. And now we got to bring in the whole of Turning Point USA.
Butterfly writes, and I should actually first, let's read the top comment from last episode. This person wrote, Issa Rae wrote, Erika Kirk will forgive someone 1 week later for murdering her husband, but she won't forgive someone for not believing the FBI narrative. I saw a lot of people commenting that online, that the energy definitely feels different for people that want to get to the truth than it does for the person who she believes killed her husband. And I don't believe that that is the person who pulled the trigger. I just don't. And you're allowed to disagree with Erika. You are. And that's fine. She's allowed to think what she thinks, and you're allowed to think what you think. That's what I want you guys to know.
Candace, you're not slick. You not slick. You pulled that tweet up there to say something because you ain't one. No, because that's what I do in my videos. I be had like the most flagrant stuff and be like, hey, look at that right there on the street. You ain't slick. Candace Owens reads the top comment from her podcast episode yesterday. The comment had 22,000 likes. 22,000 likes. That's 22,000 nominations for Erika Kirk and the TPUSA staff to come on down to the Let 'Em Fight Banquet. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? They say you build it and they will come. Candace is calling Erika Kirk out for the fake she is. She must have serious dry eye or she's a great actress. She's frequently seen patting away absent tears. What? Candace? Oh, she took to the Instagram story? What's going on here? Erika Kirk just hosted a $10,000 a plate black tie gala at Mar-a-Lago last weekend, dressed in see-through black lace, laughing, dancing, and giving a big thumbs up, like any grieving widow does. You said see-through black lace, laughing and dancing? Where was JD at? Was he down there? Now, where would they say? Was she the one that was in the big flute glass? That seemed like the motif. That's what I was going for right there. I mean, dressing like that as a widow would be no more inappropriate than a whole Gatsby party during a government shutdown while you're trying to pull people snap. You know what I mean? As they kind of, you say water seeks its own level. You know, that's it right there. Erika Kirk, we're going to start looking at you exactly like we look at the occupants of Mar-a-Lago. Fight back. I mean, come on. They said the tears are absent. Can you do something about that? What, acting wasn't your talent?
Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy.
I got a question. So you said go after me, call me names, which I'll be honest, they have done. But don't come after my family. So normally when people say that, they're talking about their children or like their mom and dad or something like that. Now you're talking about the extended Turning Point USA. Yeah, that's a no for me, dog. That's a no. You can call me what you want, but don't come for the board of Turning Point USA. That's gonna be a no. That's definitely going to be a no. Also, the more aggressive you get in defense of Turning Point USA, well, you know what? Let's just look at the comments to this particular tweet. Erika has more anger and contempt for Candace Owens than she does for Tyler Robinson. Why couldn't she find the time in between her TV appearances to just call Candace and discuss this privately? Bad luck. Which, by the way, has 20,000 likes. Now, I would never advocate for anybody to contact Candace Owens under any circumstances. So I will defend Erika Kirk on that front. But at its core level, right? Suspicion eventually made its way to your doorstep. But well before that, it was general suspicion at the FBI investigation, which was extremely appropriate. Look no further than your boy, Tucker Carlson. And I know you're not going to tell me about what a button-up job Kash Patel been doing. They just waiting for his 90-day probation to run out to push him on out the door. They even got the replacement in line already. So that's not what you're going to give me. So asking those kinds of questions is fair. The question people are asking is why the substantial pushback on asking these questions. And it looks all the more strange given the grace that you showed the man who's being held responsible. You know, this is tough. This is a tough, that's why, it's heavy as the head that wears the crown of arbiter who let him fight. It's a tough job, but I accept it gladly.
This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French.
Oh, I see what you did there. Excuse my French. All right. Hey, Candace, she said French. She said French, and she's free to go there. She's free to go there. As for you, Erika, so you believe in our judicial system since when? Because you was at Mar-a-Lago with a felon in the see-through black lace. That was you. You believe in the judicial system? Is that new?
But this is not okay.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful and we are human. My team are not machines and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. You name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day.
Now, nobody really does know how they would have reacted if they were there that day or if they were placed in the position that Erika Kirk happens to be in. The extent to which we can try and put ourselves in that mind space would be to go to the ends of the earth to get the truth. And I don't know if the Kash Patel Pam Bondi justice system You know what I mean? Even Steve Bannon said he wasn't buying those text messages. And he got somebody to talk him into that ponytail. And even he wasn't buying those text messages. So, you know, that's fair, Erika. That's fair. As for you, Harris Faulkner, you ain't slick neither. I heard what you said. You want these people to go back into their dead box that they came out of and leave room at the top of Black Magadum. You ain't slick. No, Candace fans not feeling you. I guarantee you that.
And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
You know,
sit in a corner and cry and be in fetal position. This is a duty to my husband, and it's an absolute honor, and I will never back down. And so my message to them is to stop. To stop.
Well, you definitely gave, Erika. I challenge, you know, the people challenged you because you didn't acknowledge what was going on, and you showed up and you gave. What they saying about it? I think Erika Kirk is in on it. In this interview, she flamboyantly dabs away tears while speaking Hebrew to imply Charlie wasn't turning on Israel. This explains why Candace Owens cared more about who killed her husband than she does. Erika. That was your way to allay suspicion, was to speak I don't know if I can help you. You come to me, but you don't listen to my advice.
He would walk through the door, drop his bags, Daddy's home, take his phone Friday night, Shabbat Shalom, throw it in the junk drawer, and it was just all us. And that's what I always wanted to make so special for him, was coming home. I'd always say, baby, I don't care what time you get home. Home is here for you. Your food will never be cold. It might sit out for a little bit, but I'll reheat it. It's fine. And I just want to encourage spouses, don't get mad. It's so easy. Don't do it.
No, I can't promise you that. I can't promise you that. In fact, I think when I got married, I reserved the right to be mad. That was in my vows. I said I reserved the right to be mad. What was that you said? Shabbat Shalom?
Shabbat Shalom.
You don't find that suspicious?
No, they heard it. They pulling tweets up. A photo has emerged of Erika Kirk with Benjamin Netanyahu's son, Yair, in 2019 in Israel. Now she's talking Hebrew on daytime TV, attacking Candace Owens and defending TPUSA, who've been caught lying. She's in on it. She was Charlie's handler. And so Erika Kirk forgives Tyler Robinson, but not Candace Owens for questioning how he did it. Sounds legit.
Erika Kirk is a plant.
Charlie wrote you letters.
I know.
Every week?
Every Saturday. So he would turn his phone off to honor the Sabbath. He would come in, open the junk drawer. Everyone has a junk drawer. Open the junk drawer, said Shabbat Shalom, put it in there, turn the phone off, slam the door, and he felt so free.
I heard it. I heard a Shabbat Shalom. I heard another Shabbat. Oh, I thought we was trying to pick out how many times we heard. That's two. I got two.
Because he was unreachable.
Are you kidding me? Shabbat Shalom. They are rubbing it in our faces at this point. Erika Kirk is a honeypot for sure. I'm sorry, the fact she can say that with a smile on her face shows that she was in on it. Not to mention what Charlie Kirk said in his final days. How about those 12 Israeli phones at the UVU campus that Candace Owens mentioned? He was betrayed by everybody.
What was that?
Said Shabbat Shalom, put it in there.
Why would a Christian say Shabbat Shalom? Oh, because he didn't. Now she's just straight up lying. If you don't think that Erika Kirk is an absolute Israeli honeypot, you're out of your damn mind.
Wait a minute. What's this, the year of honeypot? I mean, really, when I crossed this bridge when it came to the whole Elon Musk, Stephen Miller, Katie Miller situation, I was like, y'all just throw around honeypot, and now this like the fourth or fifth instance y'all just don't. What kind of conversations y'all be having on the regular? Honeypot? That's just some regular stuff to say.
I just want everybody to know that I know what you did to me. With the glasses, honeycombed me.
What does that even mean?
You honeypotted him. It's honeypot.
One day I'm going to be old and gray, and I'm going to ask my daughter to bring me that pot of honey off the stove, and she going to say, here's your honey pot, and I'm going to get flashbacks to 2025.
Straight up lying for Charlie Kirk. Now, if you knew him, whether you liked him, you disliked him, you agreed or disagreed, you would know that he is a diehard Christian. He loved Jesus Christ. He was even looking and dabbling into Catholicism. So why the fuck would he say Shabbat Shalom? And not for nothing, but why does Candace Owens care more about unveiling who actually killed Charlie Kirk and unveiling all the discrepancies and piercing the veil than his own wife?
Doing our best, and we did a really good job. I think I missed 3 Sabbaths this year, only 3 times when we did not do the full Shabbat. The word in Hebrew literally means Shabbat, which means to stop, to cease all of activity.
Now, Erika, that was the work that was put in by Candace's fans. No, that was the good news. That was actually the good news. Bad news is she saw it too.
That is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
Okay, so on its face, I actually agree with that. I think that when people are being buried and where they're being buried and how their funerals are done, that is very private matter, okay? So objectively, I agree with what she's saying, okay? But subjectively, because we are dealing with the subject of Erika Kirk and what transpired immediately following Charlie's assassination, this is going to be read as Meghan Markle syndrome, okay? Meghan Markle syndrome, where you want privacy when you want it, but you want publicity whenever you want it, and that just doesn't work, okay? It doesn't work that way.
Candace, you just had to slide the anti-blackness, and then you had to, what Meghan Markle got to do with this? You know what I mean? You mad she can go to France? Is that what you mad about? Was she in New Zealand recently? Why you know what I mean? A point for Erika on that one.
Honestly think it was said best by Bethany Frankel, not related to this situation. Bethany Frankel is on Real Housewives, a reality show. And she was referring to one of the housewives who lived her life very publicly, showcased her marriage, was buying tons of Louis Vuitton bags, and they had tons of money. And then when their relationship soured, the housewife basically asked the public for privacy. And Bethany was like, no, this isn't how it works. Like, we were riding with you on the way up, we're riding with you on the way out. You don't get to pick and choose when you want privacy and when you don't want privacy. And subjectively, as it, in the matter of Erika Kirk, this is the same person who had somebody record her over Charlie Kirk's casket. That was not our business, truly. And I can say that decision was made by her. And there is, some credence to the claim that everybody grieves differently. I wouldn't even record myself over a casket ever, okay? Some people maybe perhaps want to have that memory. But the decision to publish that, you crying over your husband's casket, and to publish his dead body on Instagram, was a decision that was made by Erika.
Okay, now the point that Candace is bringing up is a good one, and it's a legitimate one, and it's one that actually crosses my mind quite often when people pick and choose when they want privacy. All the rest of the time they're trying to amplify literally anything in order to raise money. But now all of a sudden you want to go dark and you want people to respect you. Like you didn't respect the people around you when you're pointing a camera at them. But the assertion that she was videotaping herself oh, she did that?
And we can watch that. Take a look.
Oh, I love you. 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 God bless you.
That is an incredibly personal and an incredibly intimate moment that you invited the public into. Okay, there was no reason to do that outside of wanting to share something that was very private with the public. And now you fast forward 3 months removed, and it's why does the public want to know where he's buried? It doesn't work like that. You have to make a decision. I want this always to be private, or I want this always to be public. That's my personal feedback there. Later on in this same interview, she launches into a strong defense of Turning Point USA employees who have, just as a matter of fact, told many lies, many inconsistencies. These are verifiable.
Erika Kirk, put your Bible away. Put your Bible away. Y'all got to throw hands. Y'all got to throw hands. She mentioned Real Housewives. I need you to start. You got Zeus Network. You got Zeus. Start watching Baddies. I need you to start watching Baddies and old reruns of Bad Girls Club. Maybe a little Love and Hip Hop. Y'all, you know what I mean? But this ain't gonna be godly. This ain't gonna be godly. She played it. As for you, Candace, I mean, you know, she is the CEO of Turning Point USA. You know, I mean, you give her like a little respect.
Well, now you're going to have to prove that you have the ability to be a CEO and a chairman and not just a wife who we expect emotion from. And you're rightful in that capacity. You are rightful to have emotion. You are rightful to be the aggrieved widow, but you don't get to just be widowed into the position of chairman and CEO. You don't get to respond to, well, in this case, investors, donors who have given money and are asking meaningful questions with, no, you don't get replies right now because this is the Charlie Kirk show, fam. Doesn't work this way. Okay.
I guess that's a no. I take that as a no. Wow. Y'all are in shambles. Y'all are in absolute shambles. What's the state of the rest of the MAGA media? How they doing?
Evil scumbag. She is a degenerate. She is burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you told me? She has no security. She doesn't deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer. And all of these conservatives out there that send me these messages have no balls to call her out. More and more people have started doing it. They send me these messages. Good for you, Tim. Good for you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't DM me like I did something for you as you cower, scared that she'll put you on her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination, which he's doing to me right now.
Yeah, that was the...
I'm done with these people.
Who is these people? These people? Are you talking about all the women that watch Candace? Your feelings getting hurt by bots on X? Like who is these? You talking about the people that went to her baby shower? Like who's coming for you? Tim Pool? You talking about Ukraine?
Meanwhile.
Now I got a question. Why you keep mentioning her security? That's just a weird fascination. You keep mentioning security. Like, oh, she don't even have security. Like, what's the there?
She has security, just not on the level of you.
Oh, yeah, the one fat guy you mentioned with no wall and no barrier in a suburban neighborhood with neighbors. She doesn't give two. No one's out for her. She's lying about all of this. You told me you went to her house and she's got a 4-foot wall and one fat guy, and she doesn't give a shit about her security. Meanwhile, I get bullets fired at my property and I have to go live in the middle of nowhere. And I got strangers coming up to my house in Maryland, breaking in. I got people showing up and beating up the residents who trying to live there. How the fuck am I even supposed to sell this property? And it's all lies. It's all hypocrisy. And it is for the purpose of making money. And she does not live the way other people live. And she claims she liked Charlie. She loved Charlie. And she is burning everything down that he built because she is evil. She is evil. And I'll say it again. This conservative movement is fractured. It's fried, whatever it is. Okay. Republicans are on track to lose the midterms. They were actually trending in the other direction until Charlie Kirk was murdered.
Yeah.
And this is the point, isn't it? The most effective political assassination in history. And thanks to the likes of the vile Candace Owens, she has turned Turning Point into the perpetrators of the crime that was against them. I don't get paid by any of these people. I'm not on good terms necessarily with Turning Point USA. They didn't invite me to their stupid event. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They invited me back after I started criticizing Candace. I'm not going to your event. I'm over all of this shit. The last thing that I need to deal with is a bunch of cowards in conservative media refusing to stand up to her. Megyn Kelly, come on. I appreciate the kind words, but come on. Such fucking pathetic bullshit.
Ooh, okay. Now I got it. Now I got it. Okay. Wow. So I guess if I understand this correctly, you, as someone who speaks for a living, are having difficulty defending yourself verbally. Would that be? Would that be? You're having difficulty expressing yourself properly in this moment. Is that? I think that's what I got. That's what I got. Oh no, they noticed. You getting dragged too. You built a career on being paid to spread conspiracies and disinformation, and now you're mad about Candace Owens doing the same thing. You guys created the monsters that you now have to live with, and unfortunately, so do we.
That you guys created. All I've seen the past few days are these Republican influencers crashing out over Candace Owens. And to me, it is the most ironic thing in the world because you guys created Candace Owens. For Tim Pool, of all of these people, to be crashing out when he was paid to spread Russian propaganda, when he was paid to push conspiracy theories that the election was in fact stolen. And then you are going to crash out over Candace Owens spreading conspiracies for money. That's literally been your entire career. I don't like political violence. I don't want to see anybody in danger. But at the same time, when you spread these conspiracies and make people insane, and then you get the brunt of that from your own followers and from the followers of people that are in the cult that you created, I don't feel bad for you.
Now, Tim Pool, did you ever actually have to pay any penance or suffer any penalty as a result of that RT report that came out? Did anything ever come? No, you just kept pushing. You just kept pushing despite that report tying you to Russian propaganda. That didn't affect you at all. I would stay down if I was you. Honestly, I would. You know what I mean? I would stay down if I would. You don't want, I don't think that's the smoke that you want. What Candace did to Tim Pool's career. That's what I seen. That's what I seen. You know what I mean? Hey, Tim Pool, you got your money, man. You got your... Say what now? The very obvious thing going on here is that Tim has been trying to sell his business and is in financial trouble. He's now effectively trying to be another unhinged Zionist influencer. Someone please just do the deal with him. Candace just publicly asked for somebody to say, here, man, damn, about your whole business. Your whole career, they just want somebody to be like, here, man, damn. She said you in financial trouble. She called you a scrub. I'll be honest. She called you. That's what I heard. She called you a scrub. You can't even play TLC no more. That's what, you know what I mean? Hey, you know what? You always have the red pills, the red pillars though. You can always go, long as they see you as like a manly man, you can always go and rock with them. The shooting Tim Pool survived in December of 2022 was committed by his brother, by the way. His brother was the one who fired the weapon on his property. He cannot deny this fact. I think the red pillars just pulled their invitation. Yeah, they needed to investigate some things on your red pill resume a little further. Apparently they talked to Candace, so yeah. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Oh man, y'all doing bad. Hey, if you can't beat them, join them. If you can't beat them, Turning Point USA. Why don't you invite Candace? Oh, y'all did? The live stream we announced on the show Wednesday has been set. On December 15th, a collection of Charlie's friends will respond to the statements made by Candace Owens to set the record straight once and for all. We'll be live streaming from Charlie's Phoenix studio. Our offer from yesterday holds. If Candace wishes to join us in person in Phoenix, she's welcome to do so. She can let us know by the end of today. Kind of weird how you didn't email or call me to ask about times or availability and chose to instead tweet this confirmation out at midnight. Why am I learning about this on X? Candace, it wasn't midnight. Timestamps. I got it. It was after midnight. I'm just giving you some gas. You do what you want with it. December 15th does not work in person, and 2 p.m. Pacific is also the literal time I do my podcast live every day, which you knew. But we'll happily cancel the daily podcast and we'll join you guys virtually instead. Let's lock it in. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Lock it in. Hey, Turning Point USA, where y'all going? Why y'all running? Somebody farted. Yesterday, we made it clear we would be scheduling a formal response to the allegations and accusations you have made. We decided that response would be delivered during a live stream on December 15th. Thank you for your response, letting us know you will not be joining the in-person conversation. We'll be proceeding without you. See, this is why y'all get cooked. This is why y'all lose every single exchange. This is exactly why y'all get cooked. Your own fans cooking you now.
And she's saying she can't attend in person. Can she attend on a live stream or, and you guys do live streams all the time. And is that going to be an option?
Of course, Gina.
I'm just trying to make this come together.
Of course, Gina. So first of all, our initial statement, it was on the show on Wednesday. I made it at the request of Erika. All of this has been at the direction and approval of Erika because she heads this. And so what we were announcing there is we said she has said things that are not true. What was approved is we announced we are going to respond to this. And what I said was we are going to announce a date soon. We actually hadn't agreed on it at the time I read the statement. We're going to announce a date where we're going to respond to this. And once we announce it, Candace is free to attend in person. Lastly, on the point of why it's in person, I think it's pretty intuitive that given what is being said, the way this has worked is that it's critical to be in person if you want to be authentic and to be detailed. And that is what we think is a fair request to make if she's going to participate.
I'm sorry. Is anybody just going to state the obvious? Are we going to sit here and not acknowledge the split screen that's going on right now while you talk about how she can't be there in person? Is anybody going to comment on this? Oh, we got one. The irony of insisting Candace Owens appear in person in order to be authentic while hosting a show with a co-host who's not there in person is too rich for me to ignore. Now, Candace, calm down. Calm down. No, none of this was an endorsement of you at all. I'm here on behalf of Let 'Em Fight. That's what I'm in. I will say I respect the work you've been doing. I do respect the work you've been doing. I had to give props to Marjorie Taylor Greene from Let 'Em Fight. I had a conversation with Nancy Mace the other day. You know what I mean? Let 'Em Fight makes for some strange bedfellows. I didn't think we would be here having this exchange. I appreciate the work you've been doing, but just don't misconstrue that. Matter of fact, for you on the way out and the rest of the MAGAs. Can't stand Candace Owens, and I think she's nuts, but she's very efficiently dividing the right now. It's also just funny to see a black woman cause so much trouble for them after they supported her coonery all these years. She's your Frankenstein now, bless. Well, that's a tough act to follow now, isn't it? They just went and done said it all. Thank you, Petty Lupone. I appreciate that. MAGA, I will give you, how about I give you until December 15th to respond? I'll give you until the TPUSA live stream to issue your official response to trying to cancel Candace after amplifying her for years. I know. Let them fight gonna be fired this year. You think we could book Laura Trump to sing, just to be the entertainment?
You gotta be special.
Nah, we probably can't afford that. Nah, I know. Now that they done got the White House, and she probably asking for $15, $20 these days. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I wanted to share with you something that touched me. I got this email. Hi, Mr. Waters. I'd like to know if you have to be a member in order to buy merch. You better not be, because if so, I'm snitching. You know who you are.
I want to snitch. I want to tell. Whatever they call telling, snitching, I want to do it. And I want to make it cool to do it.
I'm a 66-year-old gal on a laughably low income and want to be a member, but feel bad about only sending $1.99. How can I help the channel? Now, I want to tell you how much gratitude I have for that $1.99, but I also want to tell you it's not needed. The most important thing you can do is to show the care and concern and love that it took to compose that email. There are plenty of things you can do that help the channel, like in sharing the videos. Also, sharing doesn't have to be online. How about word of mouth? You know, they say nobody likes a gossip, but I love a gossip. Go ahead and tell everybody far and wide about the channel. And the gossip don't have to be about the channel too. I like regular gossip. You can tell me anything about anybody. I'm interested.
Stop it. Get some help.
I might even turn it into a video. Plenty of you guys have sent me suggestions for topics that have turned into troubled waters, racist of the week, street politics, you name it. It helps the channel when you buy merch. Now, see, one of the things I do is my merch spreads faster than my word of mouth. Cause when I see people, like my chest hits first. So I got a whole front porch, so my chest hit them before any of my words can hit them. So that's why I like to wear my merch. That's why I do that. Becoming a member, hugely helpful to the channel. Attending the premieres. I premiere all of my videos, and attendance helps boost it in the algorithm. Hugely helpful. And of course, if you have a particular set of skills and you have time and energy and you want to help the channel, of course, I'll put out the word. We're looking for editors. We're always looking for additional mods as well as research. And one of the other ways that you can help the channel, is by subscribing. I know a lot of you guys think you're subscribed. I see the truth. I see that I can see it from here. I ain't want to say nothing. You know what I mean? I ain't want to say nothing, get in your business, but we can see that. You know, so you know what I mean? Just handle that. Handle that on your own time.
Mind your business, that's all. Mind your business.
Of course, dropping comments is always hugely helpful, and it picks me up. I just got a comment the other day from a grandmother in Australia. And getting your emails at admin@reesewaters.com. Like this one. Hey, Reese and Miss Ray, my merch came in. I'm so excited to send the pic, and a huge thank you to everyone who's involved in making it all happen. Proud to be a member of the RW community and family. Thank you and the amazing Mod Squad for all that you do. With love and appreciation, representing Boston, Bella Fine 747. And representing it very well, might I add. I appreciate it, Bella Fine. I haven't been this happy to hear from Boston. It's probably been since the Tea Party. They've been disappointing. They've gone by the wayside since the Tea Party. But This is a step in the right direction. I can tell you that right now.